Hi, welcome everybody. It's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy. I've got a head-to-head here for you today with a brand new iron, again, well, two brand new irons should I say here, in regards to the TaylorMade M1 Iron and also Callaway's SteelHead XR Pro Iron. Okay, so both these irons are slightly smaller, compact versions of the more game improvement iron. So in regards to TaylorMade, obviously M2 is the slightly bigger one, longer hitting, stronger loft. Then brought out the M1, which is basically the same as M2 but in a more compact, neater sort of look, neater package, little bit more loft there. So the loft of this 7.9 is 30.5 degrees. Okay, I think the M2 is 28.5. Callaway obviously brought out the SteelHead XR irons, and then they've just introduced the Pro version. See, it just says Pro in the heel section there. So again, this is just a similar sort of technology. It's in SteelHead XR, and they've shrunk it into a nice sort of shape, different colour, slightly thinner sole, more workable, but you still got that power behind it, just in that neater package. So both very similar comparison on the irons here. So maybe aimed at the golfer, sort of that sort of low teen golfer, handicap wise into sort of single figures here, who's wanting some power, a little bit more consistency, but still wants that bit of forgiveness there. So I'm going to put these head to head here, so two very new irons on GC2 here, and we're going to see maybe just some differences of launch, ball speed and spin. So just give you a little heads up on the playing position here. So obviously M1 on the left, that sort of more traditional satin chrome sort of finish. SteelHead Pro on the right here. I think probably the first thing that really stands out is the top edge. You can see it's a little bit square, a bit blocky looking on the M1, a lot more sort of rounded and chamfered off, a bit more of a rounder sort of head on the Callaway there. I do quite like that dark finish. I don't dislike the TaylorMade one there, probably just like that darker finish there, and the grooves are more highlighted with the light grey finish, but I do like that more shaped top edge there. Size the blades from heel to toe look very, very similar on the offset there. Obviously you've got the very visual sort of face slots there on the TaylorMade. Okay, so just a little bit more of a close-up look at the back here, so you can see the SteelHead XR Pro there, dark finish, really stealth-like looking. M1, obviously a lot of tech down there. Both got this sort of undercut on the cavity there, working on that, pulling that weight across. They've got the bars on the M1, which the SteelHead doesn't have. Just looking at more of the face there, so obviously got the face slots on the TaylorMade there, very much plainer on the SteelHead. White groove, bottom groove on the TaylorMade, nothing on the Callaway. Bit of a personal choice there, really. Okay, so we're going to start off with the TaylorMade M1 iron first. So as I say, this is 30.5 degrees on loft. I do like the look of this. It's just that top edge is just a little bit square, but it sits very little offset. It's a nice small package. Let's give this one here. Yeah, it feels really good. Feels solid. I have done a review of this iron on my channel already. I'll put a link up here. You can go and check that out if you wanted to. That carried at 170 on the yards. Nice straight ball flight. Again, really nice strike, just slightly pulled that, but struck it really well. Yeah, carried at 177. So here's the third shot with the M1. Again, really nice neutral flight there, felt really good, visually looks nice on the flight. That carried at 171. Yeah, feels really solid, it feels quite powerful, but the flight isn't really, what would I call it, maybe sometimes with a little stronger loft, you can really see it fizzing out there. It's a really nice ball flight there, and looking like at this stage gives some fairly consistent numbers there. Do like the flight, I like the feel of it. Slightly blocky top line, but the rest of it I think looks really nice. Okay, we'll flick over into the Callaway, we'll hit some shots, and then we'll have a look at and compare some numbers. Okay, Callaway XR Pro version here now, so we'll give this one a little hit. Okay, so again, I've done the review on this iron already, so again, I'll put a little link up here. You can go and check that out if you want to. I do like the look of this black finish. It's more of a rounded top edge, as I mentioned earlier. It does look like the grooves are all positioned more towards the toe. It looks to be more metal between where the grooves stop and then the hosel. It was definitely something I pointed out in the actual review of the iron. But I do like the look of it. Again, very little offset, very simple on the look of it. Nice rounded sort of shape. Okay, let's give this one a hit. Yeah, feels great. Look that. It does feel, even though it's a small look, maybe because it's the darker finish on it, it gives that appearance of being a bit smaller possibly. But it's still obviously packed with a lot of forgiveness here. Obviously you've still got the Cup 360 technology in it that you do get with a standard XR SteelHead iron. Oh, just pulled that one a little bit, struck it great again, just a little bit pulley. So that's just gone a little bit further, that's gone at 182. But that did go a little bit to the left. Just try and get a better one. Okay, here's that last shot with the Callaway Pro. Get a nice little soft draw, good neutral hit, just carrying out there at 178. Yeah, feels great, feels really solid, just like the TaylorMade. Again, I'm liking that ball flight there, really nice. So let's have a quick look at some numbers and see if there's any differences here on ball speed, launch and spin, and obviously overall distance. Right, so there's the ball flights there. So the red one is the M1, white one is the Callaway. So shot dispersion rings, very similar in the size, just a couple more right to left with the Callaway, which you can see just position that white circle a touch left there. More me than anything really. Let's just have a little look at some numbers in more detail. So we've got ball speed here. Please do ignore the club head speed because I've got HMT connected up here, so we're just going to really work on ball speed, which for me is more important because that shows me how well or how badly I'm striking an iron, which sometimes is influenced by look and feel of the golf club. But sort of seeing here, so M1 at the top here, so this is 30.5 degrees. SteelHead Pro is 31 degrees, so it's half a degree more loft than the Callaway here, so it's very little in it to be honest. But big difference on ball speed there, so 124 against 128, so good jumping ball speed here. Launch is exactly the same, okay. Spin is very, very similar, and not a bad number there with those two. So we're seeing what both brands are sort of saying here, something that's a little bit more consistent, a little bit more spin here, which is what most players will probably want in this category. It's trying to aim at. So it's landing and stopping with a bit of control, but very similar on the numbers. They see a bit of a drop off there with the TaylorMade. That's, to be fair, that last one I hit there was a little bit heavy, which just drags a bit of spin off there. So that possibly could have been a touch higher than the Callaway there. Descending very similar on descent angle into the green. Carry distance just up slightly with the Callaway, probably just more to the fact that it's coming off the club face a lot quicker. Okay, but sort of very similar numbers there. Ball speed is the biggest difference really. Obviously just peaking that little bit of more distance at the end. So there we have it, our little head-to-head with the M1 Iron against the SteelHead XR Pro. I think two really good irons here, and I think this is a popular option for a lot of golfers. You know, the look's a little bit more compact, not obviously like a blade, as you can appreciate, but more compact look there. It's not as chunky on the top line. I've said that the TaylorMade is more squared off. It's not thick, but it just looks a little bit thicker because of the way it's squared off, but fairly similar on the top line. But you've still got loads of forgiveness here and loads of power behind them. So it ticks a lot of boxes for me, for a lot of golfers. Because a lot of golfers do want that little bit of help when they're missing the middle of the golf club. And these two are really helping with ball speeds across the face. It's a bit of a difference there on ball speed, considering the Callaway is half a degree more loft. And I know it's not much, but there's a 4 mile an hour is a big jump in ball speed there, and that's what's given us that little bit more distance there. But it is still got a nice consistent backspin number, so it's not coming out with no spin, which makes it go further, lose the control at the other end of when it lands. They're both fairly good on the spin numbers there, which is quite impressive really. So again, I think that really hits a lot of golfers' categories, to be honest. There's obviously a lot of shaft options here through fitting to really delve into to fine tune these numbers, but that's where you need to hook up with a good fitter. We've got some great facilities down here at Lytham Golf Academy in terms of options, so we can really pitch these all together and find one that really suits you as an individual. Okay, so interesting video there, but 2 real heavyweights of the iron category there for me. So hopefully you liked the video, enjoyed it. Please share it around social media. My social media links are down below, so you can hook up and connect with us through there. And please subscribe to the channel. Lots more videos like this coming your way. So please stay tuned, and hopefully we'll catch up very soon.